What is up guys, Seb here, and today I'm going to show you how to fly a chopper when it's broken. So basically, when we hop in the chopper you'll see that it's all green now. I chose the Mi-17 because it's definitely one of the bulkier and heavier choppers that you will come across in both DayZ and Arma 2. I know it says Mi-8, but it is an Mi-17. They're very similar. So I've got an M107 here. This will easily take out the tail rotor and the main rotor. Probably in one shot. Apparently not the tail rotor. We'll give that a couple of shots. But yeah, if you want to see a guide on the different parts of a chopper and how to shoot one down, if you can hear what I'm saying, I'll put an annotation on the screen for that. Right, now we're going to destroy the instruments, which basically disable us from using things like auto hover. Let's see. Oh god. Let's try that again. When the instruments are destroyed, you're going to have trouble using auto hover. It's not going to work very well. Right, shooting at the engine. The engine is located there. If I shoot at it once with this M107, it's going to destroy it completely, and shooting this M1911 won't affect it at all. But it doesn't really affect the chopper while flying at all. All it does is if it goes down to 0%, you're not going to be able to fly. Now do keep in mind, normally when you find a chopper, the engine, the rear rotor, the main rotor, and the instruments will all most likely be at 20% because that's how the choppers spawn. Right. Okay. So what you'll see happening right now is that as soon as we start getting in the air, the chopper starts spinning around to the left, and that is because, as annotated on the screen right now, when we are in the air like this, the propellers are spinning clockwise, the main rotor is spinning clockwise, and the tail rotor is then supposed to even out the force that is created from the main rotor when it spins that way. But unfortunately, as you can see, our tail rotor is not spinning. Now, we did shoot out the main rotor, but that doesn't really affect anything. It's just for demonstration purposes. Right, so what's going to happen now is we're going to have to stabilize this in some way, because we can't fly around like this. So what we're going to want to do is just start out by getting in the air quite a bit, actually, by holding Q, making sure auto hover is off, and getting a bit dizzy. And then we're going to try to tilt it to one side, kind of rock it back and forwards. Now this is going to look a bit violent and a bit scary if you don't fly choppers a lot, because you might be scared of crashing. But there we go. Now to be honest, it's quite a hard thing to do, and it does take some getting used to and some practice. I normally don't do it that quickly. I don't know what happened there. I was probably just pretty lucky. But it does take some time sometimes, and yeah, now we're gonna go land it, which is actually the difficult part. As you can see right now, we're able to fly forward. There's no use of the tail rotor right now. Well, not much at least. It's gonna be a bit more difficult to maneuver, and you have to be careful that you're not gonna start spinning again as you slow down. But okay, basically I want to be able to land this chopper on the top of the fuel station in Viber, which is down here, marked in the green X. I chose this spot because it's quite a small area, and it was basically just to force myself to land it in a tiny area. It doesn't really matter if you want to land it in large spaces, it's really easy. But I'm just going to show that it can be done in small areas, and I will have to see whether or not I will be able to use the auto hover. I normally don't, but some people say it's easier with. I don't know, now the instruments are broken. The auto hover is probably going to be completely broken, but if it is at 20%, you may be able to use it. Right, so we're here now, and you'll see the same force will be applied when we stop moving forwards. The chopper will most likely start spinning again, as you can see already now. We can try to counter this by using the delete key. but it's not really going to do much, as you can see, because of the fact that we don't have the tail rotor. Luckily, this time the chopper is not spinning very much, but it is definitely harder to control. So you want to get it above the location where you want to be, and just touch it down like you would normally. As you can see, it starts spinning now, which makes it quite a bit more difficult. I will add footage of me trying to do this in a Huey. The Huey is much more agile, and therefore much more difficult to fly when the tail rotor is broken. It spins a lot quicker, and it's extremely difficult to land. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to... I actually turned auto hover on, as you may have seen, at this point. And you always want to make sure you don't hit anything with your tail. I'm just moving down. There we go. Make sure you turn the engine off so it stops spinning. And that should be it. It's most likely going to keep spinning for a while. So that's basically how you fly the chopper when it's broken. So basically, when you find a broken chopper, all you need to do is get enough fuel in it for you to be able to fly it to a place where you can safely refuel it, and quickly refuel it, and then fly it away as long as the engine works, because if it doesn't, then this will happen. Oh, actually I didn't. No, that's a bit awkward. I didn't hit the engine apparently. I'm pretty sure that's the engine. Yeah. As you can see, I'm not able to fly it now. I'm mashing the Q key and it just won't start. So that's a bit unfortunate. Now, the MIs are quite good at not leaking. But you can see there are distorted glass. And again. Right, that's good for now. I'm on top of a gas station, so it's not going to leak, but they normally will leak fuel then, and that starts becoming a problem. But yeah, that's basically how to be able to get your chopper safely to your base or to a refuel location without having to fix it up completely. For this, all you need is a jerry can, as I said before, and if you're lucky enough to have scrap metal, then it's much easier, because then it won't be spinning. Just make sure that you repair the V rotor, which is the back rotor. So yeah, I'm going to show you maybe sped up and non-commentated footage of me trying to do this with a Huey. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that or learned something from it. Thanks a lot for watching. Always remember, if you want to come play with me, the server info will be in the description.